will compete. Budweiser and the United States Hot Rod Association present the Triple Crown of Motorsports. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physioc, along with the president of the Hot Rod Association, Tony Vaccaro. And Tony, it's a lot of excitement. We anticipate 20 to 30,000 fans here tonight. Right now, it's a silent crowd because this is a couple of hours before we begin the competition. What can we expect?
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of excitement here tonight. For the first time, we have motocross drag racing. We have the U.S. Hot Rod Modified Truck Pulling Contest and the famous Battle of the Monster Trucks.
Any names we might be able to mention who we could expect to win this evening?
Well, you know, it changes every week. But, of course, we've got the famous Bigfoot. We've got Blue Thunder. We've got our national champion, Bud Jaskey. But, again, if this dirt was wet yesterday, the track changes. So every week we have a different winner. We don't know. It's going to be kind of exciting, and we're all looking forward to watching it.
And Tony was talking about a personal challenge. You said this is me against machine and me against the other guy.
Oh, I think so. Is my truck tougher than your truck? I have a Ford. I have a Chevrolet. My Honda's stronger than your Honda. That's what it's all about.
A little bit of a new concept here this evening from the Veterans Stadium, and it's the design for the motocross, for the four-wheelers, the three-wheelers, and the bikes as well.
Yes, most drag strips are a straightaway, a quarter of a mile. This one has some humps in it, which the drivers will be flying through the air, and when they get the home plate, they have to turn left and do it again. They'll be running from the left field to home plate out to right field.
Tell me about the modified truck pull.
The modified truck pull, a little different contest. Normally there's a 300-foot track, but tonight we have a 160-foot track on one side of the field. The drivers will unhook, go to the other side, rehook, and pull again. The reason being, in a stadium to begin with, everyone can't get an equal view. So we decided to lay two tracks down each baseline. And in doing that, our fans can each see the trucks up close. So what we do is we'll add the two distances together, and that'll be the total distance they've pulled.
But it seems like what a lot of people come for is the battle of the monster trucks, and that is something else.
Well, it's a roaring battle. These monster machines with their 6-foot tires, they'll be flying through the air again. They'll be crushing cars, going over the humps. They also have to make a left-hand turn and head down the baselines, and they'll be going at each other. This is something that's never been done before. We'll have one going this way, one going this way. When they get the home plate, they will pass each other and continue down, and the one who gets to the end will finish that round. And then we will compete the competitors against each other, so finally we have one winner.
It looks like a great night of action from the vet in Philly, and we'll be right back to the Budweiser U.S. Hot Rod Association Triple Crown of Motorsports. Don't go away. Association Triple Crown of Motorsports. Our first competition tonight will be the Moto Drag competition. 4 categories are involved. The first, the three-wheelers, then we move on to the four-wheelers, the 125cc motorcycles, and finally the 250cc motorcycles. Tony, these three-wheelers are something special.
Yes, they are. There's going to be 2 in each class, or 2 in each heat. And then the winner from that heat will go round robin, and eventually we'll get to the eliminations.
And we talked a little bit about this track earlier. This is not like an indoor motocross where they have actually a track. This is from the left field foul pole, the home plate, and then all the way streaking as fast as you can go to the right field foul pole.
That's right, a big left turn. And they've got some loop-the-loops that are pretty wild here. We'll get a chance to see that.
Frederick, Maryland's Ted Trey will be going against Brookhaven, Pennsylvania's Randy Smith. And this is the first heat of our competition. The guys just bury themselves in all the gear you can see. And here we go. They'll be going down the track. As the gun will sound, they've got 2 jumps to make, then 4 on the intermediate and 2 in the finale. Ted Trey against Randy Smith. Trey on the inside and Smith on the outside.
Hey, green flag. There they go.
They'll try and make it over both these jumps, and immediately it is Ted Trey to take the early advantage. And Trey is going to win this one rather easily. So Trey will move on.
That's right. He'll move on. He'll run against the winner of the next 2 contestants coming up.
So Trey moves on. Frank Coryell now. Again, this is the first heat competition. On the inside is Joey Miller. And Joey from York, Pennsylvania, he's very familiar with this area, has a lot of friends here as well, and waving to the crowd already. And Tony, what they try and do is make that first jump, and on the first jump, clear the second one as well.
That's right. That's the advantage. Look at it. Oh,
So it looks like the hometown favorite from York, Pennsylvania, Joey Miller, will advance easily.
well, see, he was sitting in the seat. That's part of the problem. You lean back and all your weight's on those rear wheels and that whole front end comes up. That happens a lot indoors in the arena crosses. Yeah, see, he leaned back and all his weight was on his rear wheels. He couldn't control his front end whatsoever.
And he's walking off under his own power, but that's the kind of excitement we can anticipate. This is not one of the safest sports in America.
It's pretty rough riding, too, on those three-wheelers.
So we have 2 more to go. John Parry, he on the outside lane, will be matching up with Dwayne Douglas. Dwayne was a late entry. He's from Newark, Delaware, and he's driving a Kawasaki, one of only 2 Kawasaki's we have seen in the field. Everyone else in this first heat of the three-wheelers have been driving Hondas, and there they go. Douglas with the advantage early, but here we come to the turn, and all of a sudden it's John Parry taking advantage. But Dwayne Douglas is able to edge it out on the end. So Douglas will advance. So it'll be Trey, Sean Cully, Joey Miller, and Dwayne Douglas advancing to the semifinal round. So it'll be Joey Miller and Ted Trey. Miller in the white, Trey in the green, they're off. How about that?
Both landed on top.
Miller with the advantage, and Miller it is. And very close ending, Tony. Joey Miller got it just at the end, the final leap. And it almost seemed like Ted Trey, the back 2 wheels kind of hooked on that final bump, and that kind of kept him from taking that, maybe the quest for the championship.
All he needed was another 6 inches. I think he would have crested that and definitely been there.
Sean Cully. He is on the outside wearing number 58 in white. And of course, number 273, Dwayne Douglas, who almost 60 seconds ago was right out there on the track. He was in the 4th bracket of that first heat. So here he is, the second man to go in the second heat. Douglas on the green bike. Cully takes the advantage on the inside, Tony, and he will go on and move on to the championship round. I was reading in a motocross magazine the other day, they say we're talking about the danger of these three-wheelers, that of all the bikes, if you talk about two-wheelers, you talk about four-wheelers, the three-wheelers are the most dangerous vehicles to be riding on.
Yes, it is.
Why is that?
Well, all your weight is on the rear wheels, too. You've got more stability with four wheels and even with two wheels.
As we continue on with Sean Cully, he is number 58 on the outside. And Joey Miller. These young men really look like visions from the movie The Road Warrior. And the Road Warriors are at it again. The liftoff. Great lift by Joey Miller. Has the lead on the inside. Boy, he is driving it beautifully. And he has it, and has it easily. That was a pretty piece of driving. It almost looked like as soon as he took the lead, Tony, he was thinking, well, I have him now. Let's just make sure I keep things in control.
That's right, because he could lose it real easy. I think that first jump seems to be the advantage to every race we've seen here.
Joey Miller, the champion in the three-wheel competition here at Veterans Stadium.